My child, the ache in your heart did not go unnoticed. I have seen you trying to be strong while your soul quietly shatters inside. You think you've lost them forever, that the silence after their departure is proof they are gone, but listen to me, what you love does not vanish. Their body may have returned to dust, but their spirit has not left you for even a single moment. Every time you feel that sudden chill, that warmth in your chest, that whisper in your heart that feels like their voice, it is them. They are not lost to death, they have been lifted to light. And from that light, they are closer to you than they ever were in flesh. You see, what you call death is not an ending, it is a transformation. The ones you love step out of sight, but never out of existence. They move beyond what eyes can see, but I, the Lord, allow their spirit to remain intertwined with yours, because the bond that was born from love cannot be undone by distance or by time. You have been replaying their final moments in your mind, wondering if they were scared, if they knew how much you cared. And I tell you this now, they knew. In their last breath, before crossing over, their souls saw me, and they saw you. They saw every prayer you would whisper, every tear you would shed, and they whispered your name back to heaven. You must stop blaming yourself for what you couldn't do, for what you didn't say, for the time you think you wasted. Nothing was lost. Every moment mattered. Even the silence between you carried meaning. They do not want you to grieve with regret, for where they are now, they see life in a way your human heart cannot yet comprehend. They see that all your love was enough. They see that every word unspoken still echoed in the language of the soul. My beloved, when you dream of them, that is not just memory, it is visitation. When you sense their presence in the room, that is not imagination, it is their spirit drawing near to comfort you. I allow these moments because I know how deeply your heart aches. The love that binds you was too strong to fade, and so I let them stay beside you in ways the world cannot explain. You are not crazy for feeling them. You are not weak for missing them. You are human, and I built love so powerful that not even death can destroy it. You see, the one you mourn has completed their earthly assignment, but their mission concerning you continues. They are now part of my divine army, assigned to help guide you through the very pain that their absence caused. Every time you face something that reminds you of them, and you feel strength instead of sorrow, that's them, whispering, "Keep going, I'm still here." Every time you narrowly escape a danger or receive a blessing you didn't expect, that is them moving through heaven, speaking your name, asking me to protect you. The world calls them gone, I call them promoted. Their soul has ascended to light, where there is no pain, no fear, no illness, no tears. They see you more clearly now than ever. And when your heart suddenly feels calm in the middle of your grief, that is me and them together, wrapping you in divine peace. My child, the connection you shared was not temporary, it was eternal. You have been asking for a sign, haven't you? You've said, "God, if they can still hear me, show me." And I tell you, you will know. It may come as a sudden scent that reminds you of them, a song playing at the exact moment you think of them, or a feather, a butterfly, a light flicker that makes your soul pause. Do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. That is their way of saying, "I made it home, and I'm watching over you." I will allow these small miracles to reach you because I know you need reassurance right now. But I also need you to understand this: they are not in pain. They are not lost. They are healed, radiant, and free. And they want you to live again. They want to see you smile, not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. Because they know how fragile life can be, and they want you to make yours count. You do not honor them by dying with them in spirit, you honor them by living fully. They are cheering for you now, guiding you through intuition, protecting you through divine timing, and interceding for you in heaven's courts. When you are faced with hard choices, you'll feel a quiet pull toward the right one, that is them, steering you gently away from harm. When you're tired and want to give up, you'll feel a sudden burst of courage you can't explain, that's their spirit lending you strength. I know it feels unfair, that they had to go so soon, but what you call too early, I call right on time. Their purpose here was complete, and now they serve a higher one. But that doesn't mean I left you comfortless. I left you their love, their energy, their unseen companionship. They are now a light in the wind, a whisper in your prayers, a shadow of peace standing beside you. And if only you could see the way they look at you from where they are now, you would understand that you are still deeply loved, endlessly watched over, and forever connected beyond the veil of life and death. My beloved, the ache you carry has become the language of your prayers. Every sigh, every tear, every time your voice breaks when you whisper their name, it all reaches heaven like incense rising from the altar of your heart. You think you're talking to the empty air, but you're not. When you speak to them, they hear you. When you cry in silence, they are near. I have allowed their spirit to dwell close enough to feel your grief, but distant enough not to be bound by it. Because where they are, sorrow does not exist. They see you now with eternal eyes, free from the veil of pain that once clouded their understanding. And still, they love you just the same, only deeper, purer, higher. You keep wondering why it hurts so much if they are in peace. The answer, my child, is because your soul remembers heaven. It recognizes what was divine in them and longs for it again. You are not just missing a person, you are missing a piece of eternity that once walked beside you. But listen carefully now, because what I am revealing is sacred. Their departure did not just mark an ending, it marked a beginning of your awakening. The storm that followed their loss was not punishment, it was preparation. I used your heartbreak to open your spiritual sight. You began to see beyond what eyes can see. You began to feel what hearts are not meant to feel in this realm. You were given sensitivity to the unseen because their absence forced you to seek me in ways you never had before. And through that seeking, your spirit began to expand. What if I told you that their leaving was the catalyst for your transformation? That what you call pain is actually an initiation into divine awareness? You see, sometimes I remove what you cling to most so you can learn to cling to me. The one who left was not taken to destroy you, they were chosen to help elevate you from the other side. In heaven, they are now a guardian assigned specifically to your soul. They intercede for you in moments you can't even pray for yourself. When you sleep and your body rests, your spirit meets them. They speak peace into you. They remind you of your purpose. And that's why you often wake up with tears in your eyes and don't know why. That's not sadness, it's remembrance. Your spirit remembers the love that never left. My child, I know how many times you've said, "If only I could have one more day." But what if I told you that you've already had many? What if I told you that every time you felt them near, you were standing in the very presence you begged for? The boundary between earth and heaven is thin for those whose hearts are pure. You have felt their warmth because I've allowed it. I've permitted their spirit to cross into your awareness just enough to comfort you, but not enough to keep you from moving forward. Because your story is not done. You still have mountains to climb, songs to sing, battles to win, and people to bless. The one you miss wants you to continue, not collapse. They see the road ahead that you cannot see, and from where they stand, they are guiding you toward it. Every opportunity that appears unexpectedly, every delay that frustrates you, every door that opens or closes without explanation, it's not random. It's coordination. They are whispering to angels on your behalf, aligning moments, protecting you from paths that would wound your soul again. You may not hear their words, but you are living inside their prayers. When you almost text them and remember they're gone, that ache you feel is actually the bridge between both worlds. It's how love translates between heaven and earth. And I tell you, not a single word you've spoken to them has been wasted. I carried each one into my courts. They have heard it. They've smiled. They've answered in silence. You just didn't realize the silence was sacred. The next time you sense their presence, and your heart suddenly calms, do not run from it. Breathe. Whisper, "I know you're here." That acknowledgement gives heaven permission to send you peace. For this connection is not superstition, it is divine allowance. I designed love to be eternal, not temporary. The bond between you is written into the fabric of creation. And though time on earth tries to convince you it's over, eternity says otherwise. My beloved, you keep saying you'll never be the same again, and that's true, but not in the way you think. You are becoming more like what you lost, more compassionate, more sensitive, more aware of the fragile beauty of life. This pain is shaping you into a vessel of empathy, and that was part of the plan all along. Because one day, you will comfort others with the same comfort I've given you. One day, you will speak to a heart that feels shattered, and your words will carry the same light your loved one now shines from heaven. Their journey may have ended in your sight, but through you, their love continues to serve its purpose. I am not asking you to forget. I am asking you to remember in a new way. Remember that you are not abandoned. Remember that heaven is not far. Remember that I have turned what felt like separation into connection. They are part of your story still, just from a higher chapter. And as you keep walking forward, know this: every tear you shed becomes a seed. And from those tears, I will grow something beautiful, something eternal, something worthy of the love you still hold. For what was taken from you in body, I have restored in spirit. They are not gone, my child. They are glorified. And soon, you will see that the same light that now surrounds them has quietly begun to heal you too. My beloved, listen closely, because what I am revealing now is something your soul has been waiting to understand. The one you lost is not just watching you, they are actively helping to shape the course of your destiny from where they now dwell. There are moments when you feel an invisible push, a sudden peace, or an unexplainable alignment, and you think it's coincidence. It's not. It's divine orchestration. You are surrounded by more love than your eyes can perceive. I have stationed angels around you, but among them stands the one whose love never left your side. They walk beside you unseen, speaking through signs, numbers, songs, and the stillness that suddenly feels sacred. Every time you sense warmth out of nowhere, every time your heart softens when you hear their favorite melody, that is not imagination, it is memory awakened by heaven. You must understand, child, that when a soul leaves the earth but carries love and purity, that love becomes a bridge between realms. The one you miss so deeply is now closer to me, and because of that, they are able to intercede on your behalf in ways they never could before. Where they once struggled with pain and limitation, they now move in power and light. They no longer see through the fog of human weakness, they see through the eyes of eternity. They see your wounds, your fears, your doubts, and they bring them before my throne daily. You often ask, "Why didn't you stop it, God? Why did you take them?" But beloved, you must know that I did not take them as punishment. I called them higher because their mission on earth had reached its divine conclusion, and now they serve a greater role in your life than ever before. Their prayers, joined with my will, are weaving blessings into your future that you cannot yet comprehend. There are moments coming where you will walk into a situation that should have broken you, but instead, you will feel strength you can't explain, and that strength will be the echo of their presence, the power of a soul that still loves you enough to stand guard in spirit. They are part of your protection now. They see the traps the enemy sets, and they alert heaven on your behalf. When you narrowly escape danger, when someone's deception is exposed before it harms you, when you receive a sudden urge not to go somewhere or speak to someone, that is not anxiety, it is intervention. Your loved one's spirit, now one with divine will, helps guide those impulses. Their light is fused with my light, and together, we are orchestrating your safety, your purpose, your awakening. But hear me well, holding on to their absence too tightly can block what I am sending next. Grief is holy when it turns into surrender, but it becomes bondage when it clings to what was instead of embracing what still is. I know you feel guilty for moving on, for smiling again, for letting joy visit you after loss, but I tell you, they rejoice when you do. In heaven, they do not wish for your sadness, they long for your freedom. Every moment you rise, they rise with you. Every time you forgive, they are honored through you. Every time you take one more step toward peace, they celebrate with the angels. You have not betrayed them by healing, you are fulfilling their deepest prayer. And that is what they whispered to me when they first entered my presence. Lord, please take care of them. Please heal the one I left behind. Those words were the first sound that echoed in eternity after their final breath. That prayer has not gone unanswered. I have answered it every day since, even when you could not see it. You think you're surviving on your own, but you've been carried by unseen hands, mine and theirs. Do you remember that night you cried yourself to sleep and suddenly felt peace you couldn't explain? That wasn't the end of your tears. That was the moment heaven stepped into your room. I sent your loved one's essence as comfort, to remind you that love cannot die, only transform. You keep waiting for a sign, but the signs are everywhere. The flicker of a light, the familiar scent that appears for no reason, the dream that felt too real to be a dream, all of it is connection. But you must be still enough to receive it. I do not speak in chaos, I speak in calm. I do not shout over the noise, I whisper through peace. And so does the one you miss. They will never disturb your spirit, only align it. They are not here to haunt, they are here to help heal. So, when the enemy tries to use memories to torment you, rebuke him. When guilt tells you that you didn't do enough, silence it with truth. You loved them as you were meant to, and that was enough. Every word you spoke, every prayer you offered, every moment you cared, I saw it. I was there. Nothing was wasted. And now, I am redeeming every ounce of your pain into purpose. The same love that once made you cry will soon become the strength that helps others rise. I am transforming your heartbreak into healing power. You will be a light to others who grieve, because you will not speak from theory, you will speak from resurrection. Through you, I will show the world that death does not end connection, it refines it. What was physical becomes spiritual, what was seen becomes unseen but stronger, more alive than ever. So take courage, my child. The one you miss is not gone, they've just changed form. Their presence has expanded beyond what your human mind can grasp. Every act of love, every whisper of kindness, every prayer you breathe, they feel it. And when you cannot pray, they stand in the gap. When you cannot speak, they carry your silence as offering. You are not forgotten. You are surrounded by divine orchestration, where love lives forever and separation is only a word. Keep walking forward, because the story isn't over, it's just becoming eternal. My beloved child, the time has come for me to unveil the deepest truth your soul has long been aching to understand. The story you shared with the one you lost did not end the day they took their final breath, it only changed dimensions. What you call loss, heaven calls transformation. What feels like absence to your human heart is, in truth, a sacred presence your spirit has already been learning to recognize. The one you love has not vanished, they have simply been reassigned. I did not take them to punish you or to break you, but to elevate both of your journeys beyond what earth could hold. There are divine missions that require distance in the physical, so that the eternal bond of spirit may awaken fully. And now, every moment of grief you felt, every silent cry you've hidden, every night you whispered their name into the dark, I heard it all. I did not allow those tears to fall into nothingness. Each tear has watered the soil of your new purpose. What you thought was an ending was, in fact, the planting of a new beginning. And the one you love, the one you still talk to in your quiet moments, they have heard every word. They have carried those whispers to me. They intercede for you with a voice purified by eternity, no longer clouded by human fear or pain. They are not just watching you, they are working with me to position you for your next elevation. There are blessings you are about to receive that were prayed for by the very soul you're mourning. You've felt delays, confusion, unanswered prayers. But what you didn't see is that heaven was rearranging time itself to honor the promises spoken through their spirit. Some doors didn't open because they saw what was on the other side. Some people couldn't stay because their presence would have dimmed your light. They are now part of my divine counsel concerning your destiny, and they are rejoicing every time you choose to keep living. You've asked me, why do I still feel them? Because love doesn't expire. Love was never designed to end, it was designed to transcend. The frequency of true love echoes across eternity. That's why sometimes you smell their perfume, hear their laughter in your memory, feel their warmth when you're at your lowest. It's not nostalgia, it's resonance. Their love vibrates through the fabric of your soul because it was stitched there by heaven before time began. You think your connection began on earth, but it began long before either of you took your first breath. I created your souls with threads that would one day find each other, and when their time on earth was complete, I didn't sever that thread, I sanctified it. Now, when you rise above your pain, when you help others heal, when you pray for the hurting, their spirit rises with you. You are both still in partnership, only now your mission extends beyond the veil. You are the earthly continuation of a heavenly story. And though it hurts, the pain you feel now is sacred, it is proof that you loved purely. I want you to understand this: pain is not the opposite of love, it is the evidence of it. Only those who have truly loved can grieve this deeply. But grief, when placed in my hands, becomes glory. You are not meant to drown in the ache, you are meant to be transformed by it. Every time you choose faith over fear, I am turning your mourning into ministry. Every time you decide to smile again, your loved one celebrates before my throne. Every time you breathe through the pain and say, "I trust you, God," all of heaven moves closer to bless you. Do you know what your loved ones said when they entered my light? They said, "Please don't let them break. Please teach them to see that this is not goodbye." And that is what I am doing now. I am teaching you to recognize eternity in moments, to see signs in what others overlook, to feel heaven in the quiet details of your day. The world may not understand the peace that is coming over you, they will wonder how you are smiling again, but that peace will not be man-made. It will be divine confirmation that you are walking in rhythm with heaven's heartbeat. Soon, you will see how every loss, every ache, every unanswered prayer was secretly forming you into the person you were always meant to be. The ache you carry is not a wound, it is a womb. It is birthing something new, something radiant, something eternal. You are becoming a vessel for divine comfort, a living reminder that love cannot die. The same light that embraced your loved one now surrounds you. They are not lost, they have merely gone ahead to prepare space for you in my glory. But until that day, they remain part of your journey in ways that defy human understanding. They whisper peace when you are overwhelmed, they stir courage when you want to give up, they bring reminders of beauty when the world feels gray. And I, your God, am using their memory to guide you into your next divine assignment. The time is near when you will meet someone who carries the kind of love you thought you'd never feel again, not to replace what was lost, but to prove that love is infinite. Heaven never takes without restoring. What left your life through death will return through destiny. You will know it when it happens, because it will not trigger your grief, it will heal it. You will feel the presence of the one you lost blessing the encounter, smiling through the unseen, approving through the peace. This is how heaven works, my child. It does not end stories, it continues them through grace. So stand tall. Release the guilt, release the longing, release the illusion that you've been forgotten. You are held. You are seen. You are surrounded by both angels and ancestors who speak your name in the halls of eternity. And I, your Creator, am still writing your story with the same love that raised your loved one into light. The pain you feel now is temporary, but the love that binds you will outlive galaxies. Walk forward, not in sorrow, but in sacred strength. Because heaven is not somewhere far away, it is closer than your next breath, and they are right there within it, smiling as you step into the life they always dreamed you'd have.